What's up, everybody? It's Camo Gaming, and tonight is the eve of the launch of Star Wars of the Old Republic. If you're lucky and have pre-ordered from the very beginning, you would most likely be able to play tomorrow, as tomorrow is the beginning of what is going to be an amazing time. What I wanted to cover today was a couple of things. A lot of people have been asking me, what server I'll be playing on and why. I will be playing on a West Coast PvP server, and I would want to play with the PvP server that has the most players, so the highest population. Now, people will be can be complaining about, oh, there's too many people, there's going to be massive server queues, but how I look at it is in many ways. There's so many benefits of having more people. Obviously, the ability to find groups, the ability to find talent, the ability to find more friends, the economy. With more people means it's a more competitive economy, so there's less price gouging, and there's obviously going to be a lot more resources available. The opportunity, obviously, to make trades, but also the opportunity that server population would keep thriving. Typically, from every other game, high population servers stay high population. Very rarely do they just all of a sudden disappear. However, like a low population, if a core guild leaves that, or a core guild disbands, that low population server may just be dead. Many times it's just dead. There's like nothing going on, and people just move elsewhere because it's just too boring. So if I were you, even though there's going to be some server holds in the beginning, usually those are alleviated very soon, shortly. So don't worry about that in the short run. But in the long run, you'll like it a lot better. So what we have here is actually a forum from Darth Hader. This person actually compiled a list for the largest guilds on the US West PvP. You have three, I believe there's three available. There's Crucible Pits, Wound in the Force, and the SWTOR. I will most likely be joining the Crucible Pits because, as you can see, this is the most amount of members compared to the other ones. But what's unfortunate about this game is that there seems to be an overwhelming amount of Empire versus the Republic. I think for most it's going to be like 2-1 at least, and maybe 3-1, 4-1, which is not going to be good. I wonder how that'll be. Hopefully that'll be somehow balanced, but it's not looking good at all for PvP servers. I will be joining PvP servers. The PvP servers' main difference is that you're able to gank people. I think like after your starting zone. So after that, it's kind of fair game. There's going to be a lot of ganking, a lot of world PvP going on, which is my favorite. You can feel free to join PvE servers. There's actually a lot more of those available. A lot of people like those because then you can't gank at all. In order to like fight someone, you have to like initiate some sort of combat, and you can only fight some other people through the war zones. But I like PvP more. There's also RP. So if you're into role playing, that's definitely an alternative for that. Now, there's many people that are not necessarily into MMOs and they want to play this for the single player aspect. You can actually finish the entire game, or not finish it, but get to level 50 just through single player. So simply just, you can do it all yourself. You don't even have to group with anyone. But I still recommend you just join a large population server, whether it's PvP or PvE, just so that, if you wanted to buy something, if you wanted to make trades, it's a much easier to do so that way. So like I said, guys, you guys can find me on the West Coast PvP server of Crucible Pits. This is going to be the highest population just from generating this list itself. Obviously, some things may change, but for the most part, this is going to be pretty stable of the most population at least server for US West Coast. I believe Crucible Pits is also really for the West Coast players. Now, the SWTOR, I've actually heard this is more for the Australian, the Aussie folks, the Oceanic guys. They will be playing this one. Most of these guilds are actually already dedicated to the SWTOR. So take that note. Some people don't like that because they don't want to, they can't find groups because maybe they're running at West Coast time, and this is a West Coast server, but the guilds are like from Australia, and so they'll never be able to make groups. Obviously, this helps with server balancing, so that you're not having like maximum peak capacity at certain times, but it also means it's going to be much harder to find groups, join guilds, and raid. So take that into account if you're going to pick the SWTOR. And it looks like we actually have the Mandalore that just got added very recently, and as you can see, there's no guilds with that. So it should be pretty. I'm not sure who's in that exactly right now. But that's kind of just the idea of what I'll be playing on. Like I said, I'll be on Crucible Pits. Feel free to join that server. I will be posting the name that I'll be using once I've actually logged in. So if you guys are fortunate enough to pre-order early, you guys will start tomorrow. So get some sleep and start owning up, because I believe you can actually play at 7 o'clock a.m. I think it's Eastern. I think that's when you get your emails. So and then you should be able to play soon shortly after. Alright, so make sure you like this video. Check out my other videos. I have a ton of videos out. I'll be making a lot of PvP videos along with some PvE ones. I'll also be creating my own guild at the Crucible Pits once things are, things get started. So be sure to look out on that. Feel free to join me. Feel free to join the server. You can add me as a friend, say hi. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with more releases soon, and have fun.